Welcome back to Bridge the Gap. I'm C. This is Brandon. Let's talk about the black man's imagery and media. That goes for TV, movies, uh, magazines, whatever, social media, it doesn't matter. Let's just look at the black man's imagery. Just off the top of my head, I'm thinking about TV shows and movies and the depiction of black men. Uh, I can't say that the majority are in positive lights. Um, I think top shows, I'm thinking more drug related shows. I can't think of too many progressive minded showing hardworking black men, college educated, or just holding down a 9 to 5 and a family. Um, I'm kind of stumped on that one. Movies, I think it kind of ranges. Me personally, I can't watch any more slave movies. Just me personally, I just can't take those movies anymore.
Right.
I'm not trying to downplay anything. I'm someone who loves their people. I've been studying, but I just can't watch the depiction anymore. Right? And my problem, because that's all we're taught in school, that you're slaves. We get that. We're more than that at this point, and they're not telling those stories. So I'm just tired of those. Um, you know, I'm tired of movies or shows where the black man was wrongly accused and he's working to be free and he finally becomes free and everyone's happy. It should have never happened in the first place. It's like they're normalizing certain things to us sometimes in media. And that gets tiresome after a while. You know, you want to what you want to see is someone you can kind of look up to and emulate. So I think it's difficult for a little black boy and little black girls when they're watching TV to see positive role models. Now, people don't want to give him credit because of what he may or may have done, but the Cosby Show was groundbreaking, right? Cosby Show actual family with a doctor and a lawyer. Some people consider it to be too fake. I never did. It was something I kind of strive like, that's something I can strive for. Different world. Show kids going to college and just dealing with college life. Nowadays, I can't think of an equivalent show on that level. I was a fan of like Blackish, but this is the last season. They actually did have a black family. They talked about some real issues, police violence, just relationship issues, things of that nature. And there actually was a father in the house. I just can't think of. It's sad because Black History Month, they always run these same movies over and over. There's like 12 Years a Slave, and I was like, I don't want to see that during Black History Month.
Holiday Heart.
Yo, yeah, you know what I mean? Or you know
On
what's really sad? The best movie that they run on Black History Month is Black Panther. That's crazy. That one of the most inspirational black movies in probably the last 20 years is a comic book movie about a made up place in Africa. That's sad. Like, and I'm a fan of the movie, but I'm just like, we can't pull nothing else out besides like a Marvel movie.
Right.
That everybody feels, and it's crazy because what that movie did was make people feel proud to be black again. And why can't we have more of that? Like, I understand, art imitates life, but sometimes you want to escape reality. You want inspiration and you want to fill people with hope. And I can't say that a lot of TV shows and movies currently are in that same vein. But I could be wrong.
I mean, I would agree with you. I mean, I don't really watch too much of these new shows nowadays, really. But I can relate to shows I watched growing up. They always had a message, and they always seemed genuine, and
Mm,
they was never really about selling drugs and stuff like that. Just like really highlighting that aspect of, I guess, I won't even say a black thing because it's not just a black thing,
right.
but they just show us as that.
Wait, side note. Do you remember the show Rock? Or were you
Rock,
too young?
probably too young, yeah. Rock,
Oh
I don't
man, it
remember
used
that
to
show.
come. It used to come on after Martin sometimes. And like Living Single during that time. You probably were too young.
Nah, yeah, that was like if that was in '90s, then I was still probably like
Okay.
5,
Oh, I don't need to
6.
hear that. Rock was like, people who don't know, Rock was like a great show. Um, he was a garbage man. He's a hardworking garbage man. He was married. They didn't have any children. Him, his father, and his brother, they all lived together. And it was just dealing with like social issues and community issues. There was always a mess. Like, it was such a good show,
Right.
but you won't hear about that show anymore. Like, when it went off, that was it. Like, there's an episode where there was a drug dealer in the neighborhood, and they didn't like the effects that it was having on the community. So it was this big cliffhanger because someone killed him, and you're trying to figure out who did it. But it's just like a really good, positive, strong. It wasn't watered down. It was a really
Right.
good show. But that's why it's curious. It's funny that no one outside of who watched it when it was currently on won't hear about it, and you won't really find it playing anywhere. It's going to be difficult. I'm sure you can find it, but it's going to be difficult because of the message, and you felt some type of way about it.
Right.
You felt as though, you know what, maybe we should get our stuff together. And there's no excuse. It wasn't glamorizing certain type of lifestyles. He was a garbage man, but he
Right.
was a hard-working man. And how many men do you really see? Hard-working family men do you really see? So I didn't mean to cut you off. It just
No, I
kind of
mean,
sparked in my head.
we really don't see that now. And shout out to Netflix for posting this the show 101. Like I used to love that show back then, and they got it on there now. But you see primarily a black man, a black single father raising his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't really see that on TV now, but he
Nope.
does a great job being a father. Teaching his daughter the necessities in life and just how their relationship is. That's something I looked at that and said that's something kind of how I want to have with my daughter, that relationship, that father daughter relationship.
Yeah.
But like I said, nowadays, you can't really feel that much of a genuineness, with that family, with the black father and stuff like that. So the shows back then was always so much better, always had a message to it.
Yeah.
For sure. But now they're trying to portray, black man in the media now is kind of like, I hate to say this, but kind of like in a feminine light now. Like every TV show you see now,
Yeah.
every single TV show you see now, even Power and stuff like that, we gotta watch gay scenes. Like,
Right. Yeah, I've been checked out of Power, so I can't even tell you. I mean, it wasn't a reason why I checked out of The Shy, but The Shy was going that direction for me too, and I was just like,
Oh, yeah.
and the writing just wasn't as good.
It went there for sure.
Yeah, so you would know better. I started checking out of that. But you just think of like, what are some of the top black shows or shows that black people are always talking about? They're always talking about Power. Snowfall, I hear a lot.
Yeah.
I watched the
Dylan.
first season, but I can't speak on it after that first season.
Another show with Dylan Drugs.
Well, shit, of course. What's the other one? BMF.
BMF, yeah.
What's that about?
Selling drugs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's another one. I feel like we forgetting something. But nonetheless, you know, that's three recent and relevant shows right now, and it's all about the same thing.
Yeah.
They all produced by the same, except for Snowfall. Like 50 Cent produced BMF and
Oof.
Power.
Oh, okay. Like, I mean, I can get 50's twist because he started Power and that took off the way it did, and
Hmm.
I mean, I understand that, but where's the diversity? Like you said, even when there are men, they're kind of watered down, right? They're feminine. They're always like, oh, whatever you say, dear. You know what I mean? Like they're not leaders.
Right.
They're there. It's just them dealing with a lot of crap happening to them
Hmm.
instead of being an actual leader and handling business. And so it's not a good depiction.
Right.
And if you're a kid and you don't have a strong male in your life, you look, as much as people want to say TV and things don't raise your children, imagery is important,
Hmm.
right? So if you don't see a strong male, you don't know what a strong male is, you grow up watching these type of things, you're going to be warped and it's
Hmm.
going to hurt you. But just from like a iconic TV father standpoint, I can't think of anybody recently. Like, there's no Al Bundy's, there's no James from Good Times. You know what I mean? Like that
Right.
strong father, like
Hmm.
Uncle Phil. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
a strong, positive black male. Like I don't I think they've been like doing away with them. Like imagery wise, I think they said, you know what, let's they're not gonna care.
I mean, they going with whatever's hot right now, and that's the negative light on black men,
Yeah.
black people in general.
It's easy to sell that.
Hmm.
I mean, use the same actors on, switch them out, same sets. All right. It's almost, how many unique stories can you really tell about selling drugs? Like,
No, seriously though.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying like there can't be one, but just be diverse.
Hmm.
Like, we're more than that. Like, and can we just be shown as more than people who sell drugs?
Right.
Like, there's so many stories you could tell just about regular people just dealing with life
Hmm.
and emotions or interactions, or what I mean, people starting businesses, or getting married and relationships, things of that nature. There's so many stories that can be told,
Hmm.
but we're only telling one story for some reason, and it's selling outside of
Right.
ratchetness. That's what it is. But the imagery of a black man in media is just either non-existent or it's not representative to men,
Right.
and that's a problem. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. That's sad, but it is what it is.
Right.
And if people keep tuning in and watch those stuff, why would they change it?
Hmm.
Right? If those ratings are high, I'm getting people, I'm getting viewers. I'm not changing anything. So it's just one of those things. We,
Right.
we can't be too mad, I guess.
Hmm.